Now, from Fayetteville, high on the hill, this is the Pig Trail.
What's up, everybody? September 1st. We're getting close.
Yeah,
Kickoff.
so close.
Absolutely. Mike Irwin, Alyssa Orange, and Mike, we're going to give Alyssa the honor here. Talking about yesterday's scrimmage.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Well, of course, none of us were there, so all we're going to have to be doing is talking about it, right? Of course, I wasn't at the post-game conferences like you and Tara were, so I can really only interpret what I heard and you guys have heard, and that it didn't go as well as what they had wanted. There were good things to be had, but again, more intensity is what they're wanting. They're wanting a little more effort. Now, if you're me, and I don't know, guys, you take that as a worse than what they say. You know, you always try to make it sound better than it was. I could be wrong, but that's my interpretation.
A great scrimmage to teach off of. Got a long way to go. I made a lot of mistakes, did a lot of good things, but overall, I was pleased with the effort. I was pleased with the intensity. But again, we got a long way to go now. We'll get that right. We got to continue to practice tough. We got to continue to have that relentless pursuit to the ball mentality.
You know, John Chavis said that there wasn't the intensity on the defense that he wanted out there. I didn't expect this team to be on top of it perfect right from the get-go, but I might be a little worried after the scrimmage on exactly where they are right now with the install, as you mentioned, closer to September 1st.
Here's a question, Alyssa, and everybody's talking about it. Why did Chad Morris let his three younger quarterbacks get hit in Saturday's scrimmage? Now, normally the QBs wear green jerseys in scrimmages, and if you're a conspiracy theory guy, you'd say Chavis wanted to test his various defensive blitzes. And if you're trying to sack or disrupt quarterbacks, you need for your guys to be able to hit them. But both Morris and offensive coordinator Joe Craddock said it was done to try to find the best runner among them, which might be a sign that they plan to give at least some playing time this season to whoever is the best running threat.
I think you saw them create some plays with their legs and did some nice things. And it's hard to see that when they have a black jersey on because they break away and coach will give them a quick whistle.
Now, obviously, we didn't see any of that because the scrimmage was closed, but on Thursday we did get a glimpse of what this guy, freshman John Stephen Jones, can do in terms of escapability. Apparently, Jones also impressed at least one member of the defense 2 days later in the scrimmage.
He really showed me some things today. You know, he has a great arm on him. You know, like I said, I didn't expect him to run the ball that well, but he did today.
You know what? I like that hat.
Yeah, get you one of those.
I want that hat.
I got away from the QBs for a minute, but I'm startled by the hat there. Right? I'm loving that. Mike's got to pick one of those up from Santos.
I think so.
Give Santos a call. All right.
Nike.
You can, of course, look at it this day in age as far as running backs, and it is running back by committee. We talk about that a lot. This is going to be the case for the Razorbacks. You can tell Chad Morris is really excited with this group he has to work with. Dev Wallwhaley, folks, is showing that experience and slimmer frame as the leading returning rusher for the Steve T.J. Hammonds, picking up the offense as well. Bringing that flexibility that could be a dream for this coaching staff's playbook. Chase Hayden, for precautionary reasons, held out of yesterday's scrimmage with a hamstring issue. Now, when he's out there, endurance seems to be the buzz around Hayden. He has it. Rakeem Boyd, newcomer, settling in, getting strong reviews. Then Malik Williams brings you that change of pace. He can be your short yardage guy. Now, if this run game gets rolling on a long drive and you keep a defense on its heels, you can go to Malik to mix it up. I think that's a great thing as far as the tempo in terms of what they want to do with this offense, Mike.
Yeah, well, Drew, good running backs need an offensive line to work behind, and maybe the biggest story yesterday was the move of defensive lineman Austin Capps to offensive guard. Now, it actually happened earlier in the week, and in the scrimmage, Capps played at left guard because the coach is apparently going to move this guy, Yelda Froholt, from left guard to center. Froholt had been working there all along as part of offensive line coach Dustin Fry's cross-training plan to create more depth in the O-line. But more and more, they're liking what Froholt is doing at center, and they're both pleased and surprised at the job this guy did in the scrimmage after working him at left guard for just a couple of days.
I got quite a few reps in there today, and just my observation of it, and in the short period of time I was there, or I was watching him, he did some good things. And, you know, I want to give him credit because when I approached him, his mindset was, Coach, I just want to win football games. And that's what we're looking for. And we win a lot of games with guys with great attitudes like that.
Yeah, so much movement right now up front. Now let's talk about the defensive side of the football. Let's go back to that thin at linebacker. That was the feeling looking at the linebacker depth several times in the Coach B era. That problem maybe shored up sooner than later in the Chad Morris era. Scooter Harris and Dre Greenlaw could finish as the top linebacker duo in the SEC this season. They're laying claim to that, at least in the preseason.
I'll buy into that.
Yeah, that
I'll buy
preseason
stock
attention. I'm buying into the name Scooter, by the way.
Sure.
Appearing on a magazine cover is Scooter Harris after leading the Hogs in tackles this past season. Now, when you look at it, Drake Greenlaw, really, really good. If only he didn't go through the injuries that he went through in 2016. There's no telling what he may have accomplished. He was second for Arkansas in tackles last year. And Alyssa, you know, Hayden Henry and Bumper Poole, a couple guys, a pair of underclassmen that were mentioned specifically by Chad Morris yesterday. They are making strides. You got to have those guys step up as far as that linebacker depth.
Sticking with the linebacker depth, I think it was really interesting when Chavis talked about how he was going to start to limit snaps. Less is more for this linebacker core, and he talked about how these guys like Drake Greenlaw and Scooter Harris shouldn't be taking 90 snaps a game if the whole entire time. I want to try to rotate guys, so we'll see where that depth lands us in the next couple of weeks. Another guy on the defensive side of the ball, Dorian Gerald, big time addition, right, to this Arkansas defense. And you know, when he committed to Arkansas, everyone was really excited, but he got here, guys, last Friday. The 4-star defensive end, still a question mark in terms of what he'll actually be able to contribute and when he's going to be ready when the season starts. As I mentioned, he joined the team on Friday, and it's evident the coaches really focus on paying special attention to him during practices to get him up to speed.
Dorian Gerald, it's all about getting him in shape right now. That's really what it is. I mean, he came in decent shape, but not anything like what we need him in. And you know, just being here over the last 2 weeks or whatever it's been, week and a half, it's just trying to get him in game shape now, and you know, staying bearing down on him. He's got a lot of potential, but he's got a lot to learn still too.
Yeah, so you always wonder what these guys are going to be able to do when they get here so late. Take in case Michael Taylor, you know, he came in as a defensive end, committed in 2016, but he didn't get to campus until August 25th because of transcript issues. Didn't play at all in 2016, didn't play but 2 games in 2017. So not saying they're similar, but you just never know with guys coming in late.
You know, one of the marquee guys, 15 seconds on this, Mike, Sosa Agim. We all know what he's done here at Arkansas. And, you know, when he was deciding on a college, he was like, well, John Chavis, maybe I should go to A&M. He's no longer there. Now he's at Arkansas, so it's kind of a dream playing out for him.
Yeah, he does like working with him, and they're moving him more inside. We thought he was going to be on the edge, and now they say after the scrimmage, yeah, he's mostly going to work inside.
Absolutely. All right, thanks so much, guys, and we'll talk more with you a little bit later on. Coming up, a tribute to Razorback legend Frank Broyles. Kevin Trainor is dropping by to tell us about a film that will honor Broyles that will be released this week. Find out more after the break.